Hello, everybody. My name is Max Farrell. This is DexFXMarkets.com. Today is March 29, 2019, and this is your weekly wrap-up. You're probably wondering why. Why the big disclaimer, Max? Well, because we're getting serious now. We have a lot of stuff that's about to happen, and I want you all to know that I'm here for you. We have worked very, very hard in creating an environment for you to be able to learn to trade, as well as systems to be able to trade for you now. And why that's so cool is because our daily signal has been our go-to signal for a long time. And we use those on Nadex, the North American Derivative Exchange. With our new additive, our Nadex Extreme Spread, something we haven't done in the 5 years that we've been in business, but last year brought them out to raving success. Our 5-minute signal still taking a back seat to everything, but still a great trainer system for most, and for those that use it as a filter on what not to do in trading. But 5-minute signals still very powerful. Our TNT charts are taking on a world of their own. And what I mean by this is that there is such a fervor with this TNT strategy that we have 3 strategies: TNT, which is trend, negate, trade. We also have an over-under strategy, which is a pull away from the EMA with an arrow underneath. As you can kind of see, it just so happens to be the Auto USD on a 5-minute chart done this. It was pretty cool. You would have gotten in here, and this would have been your result of a win. Now, we also have a breakaway, which is a channeling process of looking for a channel and waiting for a breakout. And we show you how to trade all those. Lots of great success. Hundreds of people. We're very excited. Now, one of the other things, our daily signals, we're going to go through and look at our daily signals real quick. Daily signals had a great week today, or a great week altogether, as they usually do. But today, you get these spot losses that are in here, and that's okay. This is like I said, if it was 100%, we'd be suspect. Even Auto USD sitting at 100% for the week was pretty powerful. Let's look back at 100 trades. Here is the breakdown of the dailies here for the week. Let's scroll down. There's the 100 trades that are in there over the last week. We had 179 trades happen with a 96.1% success rate. We had multiple for the week's 100 success rates in that solution, so we're very excited. The ATMs also had a pretty good week, sitting about 47 trades with an 85% success rate. And again, some big trades, some big numbers on the 100 percenters, which are really exciting. If we look at for that week in the process for the ATM, so it's been a banner week for signals altogether. But it's been a week. It's been a week of trading, and that's what's been really, really powerful, and I'm really excited about. Our Nadex Extreme Spreads that Thor normally does, we've been doing a mid-grade process with. He had a sort of a break-even week this week, with a couple of the trades. And again, this is the thing about spreads. If you're going to trade them, you got to trade with some movement in mind. It has to move. The market makers at Nadex are very good at depicting very soft markets. It all depends on when and how you trade them. The success rates don't need to be very high, of course, because we're not really looking at success rates. What we're looking at is movement of market and being able to protect ourselves as we get into the solution. Overall for the week, still a little less than a break even for the week here from this side, with using what we call top of the line trades and mid-range trades. So floor ceiling and mid-range trades. And you can find out what all that means inside the system. So Paul's journal, he came out and he made $758 this week. He grew to the account to doing 10 contracts at a time. And I'm pretty sure he's loving life right now with everything that's happening. Even though that he gets big losses, he also gets steady, consistent wins. And he's starting to get into that steady, consistent $280, $300 win progression, which will yield over time. Very powerful. Remember, consistency plus volume equals goal. All right, so now some great news that's coming on. Everybody knows about our TNT charts. Very powerful, right? The TNT charting system for Forex, very powerful. We had a customer a couple of months ago ask us about, well, what about indices, Max? What about commodities and like gold and silver and oil and natural gas and things like that? What are you going to do about those, Max? And really, it was Dex FX Market, like Forex market. You know, it doesn't say Dex commodities and indice markets, right? Even though, guess what? We decided that we would add those charts as well. And what do those look like? Well, they kind of look like this. And even though they're just still in baby format, you know, natural gas doesn't have any marks on it yet because the data hasn't populated through the systems yet. We're still working on it. Our friends at TradingView and our data collection agency called Dex Data Charts has supplied us with all the information needed for natural gas and other indices alike. So we're going to be dealing with commodities of natural gas. We're going to be dealing with the US 500, the S&P 500. Very, very exciting for us, for what is about to happen. The availability to be able to do this now is that the TNT system works on any charting system with a candlestick. Okay? Got to take a little bit more consideration with news on how to follow this and what to do. There's a binary on Nadex. There's a spread on Nadex. There's things that you can do to trade this on Nadex. How we trade this on the regular market value, we'll discuss it later, okay, on that process, because I don't want to get too complicated on this webinar. This is more of just a wrap up and let you know what's coming out. But you should be excited. Natural gas, silver, oil, the S&P 500, I think it's like the US 2000. It's like there's a whole bunch of them. And I can't wait because that system coming out, it'll be a whole nother type of people that come to us now to be able to get their life going in trading. Speaking of which, while you're learning to trade, while you're doing other things, if you're part of our system and you're watching this, or if you're just watching this after the fact, you know what? I got to tell you, one of the best things I ever did was in building this network was to know that I had to be able to diversify my portfolio, which means that I do a lot of manual trading. Well, not as much as I used to, because I've really gotten into the StepBot. Now, the StepBot is a program that runs on several servers, some pretty big servers, and it's a what we call an artificial intelligence analytic or algorithmic trading solution. And what it looks at is news, market expansion, time and movement and trend. It looks at all these things and makes these decisions in split seconds where we normally couldn't. And why did we build this thing? Why did we put this thing together? And it was because we wanted to be able to take robotic trading to a whole new level. Now, there's a lot of companies out there that say, oh, we have a bot and we have a system. Yeah, you know, you have an EA. You have an expert advisor that trades for you, but it has to follow a very strict line of movement and a lot of little variables. Our system can change itself. And that's what the artificial intelligence side, we used a very complicated program and system to be able to do that with. And why did we do that? Well, because we wanted to be able to diversify our income and our portfolio enough to where while we're trading our regular, we get a consistent value. What does that consistent value look like? Kind of looks like this. And if you can see this equity chart, yeah, we got the one loss. You know, this is a month and a half, but I want you to look at other things too, not just the red. Okay, 27% gain in 3 months. It's huge, about 6% per month. This is going to increase to about 12 because all of our data shows over the past 2 years is about a 12% increase monthly over a year. The 2 years we were doing, you had an average of 144% increase over those 2 years, over per year. So it was 280 something, 290. So it was an average, came out to be like an average of 144 per year. Okay, and this is years worth of data. So this one now is only several months worth of data, but we could show you years worth of data. I don't need to do that in every single one. Now, we had a big trade on. If some of you are watching this and you're like, yeah, Max, that NZDJPY trade was scary. And you're absolutely right. Should have been scary. The process is sometimes you don't know what you don't know yet, right? So here's what we've done. With the StepBot, when it depicts the trade, if it decides that it's going to start heading down, we call it as a sell, and it starts to go, or if we call, if we call it a buy, okay, and it starts to go down against us, we put a buy in here. If it goes down against us, put another buy in here, and another buy, and another buy, another buy. And why do we keep doing the buys? Why don't you be like, Max, you're losing this trade? Yes, there is a certain way, but the bot itself has read the market enough to give what we call market expansion, okay? And market expansion is how much does that market move? Now, news will do a whole bunch of stuff. There are stop losses. There are what we call catastrophic stop losses, and there are take profits. But what the take profits do is that as it drops down lower and lower, once it gets to a certain level, if this is 0.01 of a trade, of a contract, this is 0.01, then this would be 0.02, and then 0.04. And so that way, if it has to move up, it doesn't have to move up very much to get back into profit and making some money, right? So it doesn't have to close out the top trade, but it has to get up about halfway. And that's what the bot does. So sometimes the bot can be in a negative draw on here. There we go. Okay. So sometimes the bot could be in negative pips because we closed out some losses in the process, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Here's that NZD-JPY trade. And when we first got in with this one right here, we're looking, we got into a trade. It doesn't need to go all the way back up to make this profit, right? So this trade lost, this one 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 lost. But these 4 or 5 won, and such at a level that it overpowered these losses, right? Now this is all the same, what we call a trade pack, right? And in this trade pack, these fire off in this way. Now, sometimes you get like an Audi JPY that only goes certain levels because of market expansion. Sometimes you get trades that go right away and they make, 14, 15 pips and what have you. So this week, sort of a trying week with the NZD JPY. We had a pretty good week in the very beginning. Made 108 or made 44 bucks this week. Now, remember, we're trading on a 0.02 micro lot. So we're not trading on a lot, right? So if you can kind of see, when we start off, it's 0.02. It goes a couple and then hits 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, then hits 6, then there's another 6. And we traded on a demo account because you copy the demo, okay? And the reason why we do that is just it's logistics and it's the way that we do it. That's it, simple. If you were like, well, Max, what about a real account? Real traders trade real. Yes, we do. We do trade real. We do trade real money. And the reason why we don't normally show it, I have permission to show this person's. His name is Gary. I can't give you his last name, but I could show you that it is a FX book account. It's been verified. It's a real account. It's the step bot. This is what he's trading. Now he started off with 2,500 and then added more money into it. But these are real numbers. This is real money. So if you want proof, here it is. Okay. Here's the proof. He made $418 today because of that trade that expired. It was over 3 days, let's be honest, right? But today's closure of it was $418. This week so far, he's made $584. This month, he's made $1,879. And remember, all this is different for everybody, right? Keep that in mind. And there are trades that are on, okay? So far, since he's been on, he's made 15% on his 25,000. Now, remember, he started off with 2,500 and added money in. All that could be checked on his history, where he's come in and what he's done, how much money he's put in. There's countless amount of pages. This will be in the description on the video here as well, so you can check it out. We disclosed everything. Here's the emulation of the company system. Doing well, 72 bucks. Here is the proof that it works, so no ANDA. Boom, boom, boom. Why they put the chart up there this time? That's so weird. Keeps changing on which side it's supposed to be on. Pretty powerful. Again, negative pips, positive profit. That's all that matters. Positive profit. That's what we're looking for. You can look at summaries. You can see which pairs do the best. NZD-JPY, even though that we're in a negative. And what we look at is like these are big market expansion. When you see negative in the pips, that's what you're like, okay, there were some trades that were... And NZD-JPY seems to be able to give it to it, but it always seems to come around and give us some good profit. It was the Euro Great Britain pound from the deficit on the daylight savings time that was an issue for this one. So this was a manual trade. You can kind of see it's that. Bleh, I hate that trade. All right, so you're here to try to learn how to trade. While you're learning that, you should learn how to operate this process. This is a very simple process. You put it on a VPS, you let it run, you check on it once a week on the actual server to make sure it's on, and then, you make sure that you have a myfx book account. We show you how to set all this stuff up, and you just keep moving forward. So you learn how to trade. You have this system trading for you. It's exciting. All right, so that's basically my weekly wrap up for this week of March 24th through the 29th. Listen, if you're looking to make more money, you want to diversify even better, we have an affiliate program that you can make 30% reoccurring on everybody who comes over underneath you. Listen, there's a lot of people in the system that see that money that comes in on the affiliate side. We train you how to be an advertiser, how to do marketing, how to just put the simple link out in social media. And you bring in 10 people, there's like $400, $500 a month coming in your pocket. That could easily fund your Dex FX Market system, as well as put money in your pocket to be able to trade with. Who could ask for more? All right. I look forward to seeing you inside. I'm Max Farrow. This is DexFXMarkets.com weekly wrap up. And I'll see you next time. And as always, trade well.